The world was watching 3-eye atlas. Every telescope, every observatory, every amateur astronomer with a cheap DSLR pointed their lenses toward the strange interstellar visitor racing into our solar system. And honestly, who could blame them? The new images captured this week were the most breathtaking and the most unsettling ever recorded of an object from another star. But while everyone was focused on those shimmering ice plumes and the bizarre tail structures bending the wrong way, something else was happening. Quietly, silently, almost deliberately, the Pentagon was releasing UFO footage. Not in a dramatic press conference, not with fanfare, not with global shock. They slipped it out during the exact window when the world was obsessed with 3-eye atlas. They knew the comet would dominate headlines. They knew people would be busy arguing about chemical signatures, solar flares, and anti-tails. And in that storm of cosmic excitement, they buried one of their most astonishing disclosures to date. But before we get to the footage, let's start with the comet, because the new images are unlike anything we've ever seen. The latest close-ups of 3-eye atlas weren't supposed to look like this. Scientists expected a rough, dirty surface, cracks, dust fields, a typical interstellar ice fragment with a few surprises. Instead, what they found stunned even the most hardened astronomers. 3-eye atlas looked sculpted. Not artificial, nothing like machinery or geometry, but shaped by processes we've never witnessed before. Smooth canyons, twisting ridges, crescents of material carved into the surface like frozen waves. It looked less like a comet and more like a frozen world whose surface had been molded by forces far more violent than sunlight. Then came the plume. A jet of material erupted from one side of the nucleus in a shape that made no sense scientifically. It wasn't chaotic, it wasn't random. It was curved, sweeping, elegant, almost ribbon-like, looping forward toward the sun in a sharp arc. Comets don't behave like that. Their jets explode outward in messy sprays. But 3-eye atlas released material like a controlled system, not a chaotic one. The high-resolution frames showed something even weirder: layers. Thin, stacked, translucent layers of ice bending like pages in a book as the flare ripped through them. Not solid, not uniform, almost like glass sheets fractured and then frozen again. Where did this object come from? What environment forms ices like that? What kind of world creates structures that look like frozen wind? Scientists are out of explanations. And just when the world looked closer than ever to unraveling the mysteries of this interstellar wanderer, that's when the Pentagon struck. They released 3 UFO videos, quietly. No press event, no Q&A, no context. Just files dropped into a government archive in a single line in a briefing, declassified per policy review. These weren't old videos. These weren't blurry lights from the 90s. These were new, recorded in the last 24 months, and one of them, shockingly, was filmed the same week 3-eye atlas was first detected. Coincidence? Maybe, but the timing was strange. The first video showed a dark, metallic sphere darting across the sky at impossible speed. No wings, no exhaust, no propulsion signature, just a smooth object cutting through clouds like they weren't even there. The second video was worse. It captured a triangular craft hovering silently over the ocean. 3 lights on the corners, a shifting shimmer along the edges, like heat distortion or cloaking. When the jet approached, the object blinked out, not disappearing with speed, vanishing, like someone turned off its visibility. The third video was the one that raised eyebrows across every intelligence agency in the world. A long cylindrical object, thin, reflective, rotating slowly, hovering high above the atmosphere, not orbiting, hovering, maintaining altitude without falling or climbing. And then, halfway through the recording, it tilted just slightly and shot upward at a velocity the plane's instruments couldn't track. That object looked eerily similar to the elongated shape scientists reconstructed from Oumuamua years ago. But why release these videos now? Why distract the world with UFO footage during the exact moment we received the clearest images ever recorded of an interstellar object? Here's where things get interesting. Some analysts believe the Pentagon wanted the footage out, but not the attention. The public had already been buzzing about alien visitors for years. 3-eye atlas was adding fuel to the fire. If the Pentagon dropped the footage during the comet frenzy, it would blend in with the noise. People would click the thumbnail, shrug, then go back to watching comet simulations. The perfect distraction. But there's another theory, a darker one. What if the Pentagon knows something about interstellar objects that the public doesn't? What if these UFOs aren't alien spacecraft from within the solar system, but probes related to the same interstellar population as Oumuamua, Borisov, and 3-eye atlas? What if the phenomenon we call UFOs and the objects we call interstellar comets are connected, part of the same ecosystem of foreign bodies drifting between stars. And what if the Pentagon released the footage at the exact moment 3i Atlas captured global focus to normalize something? Prepare the public. Ease them into the idea that not everything visiting our skies comes from Earth or our sun's planets. Back to the comet. After the release of the stunning images, astronomers noticed something disturbing. The tail wasn't consistent. It wasn't just changing shape, it was behaving as if something was disturbing it from within. Internal pulses, rhythmic jets, repeating cycles that didn't match sunlight or temperature. This comet has patterns. Patterns aren't random. Patterns mean process. Process means structure, and structure at a cosmic scale raises the greatest question of all. What exactly is 3i Atlas? A chunk of ice? A fragment of a rogue world? A piece of a shattered alien planet? A fossil of a long-dead star system? A messenger carrying chemistry we've never seen? Now combine that with the Pentagon's footage. Objects moving with intelligent control, objects hovering without falling, objects interacting with military aircraft, objects that don't match any known propulsion technology, objects that echo the shapes of interstellar visitors. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. If interstellar objects pass through our solar system far more often than we realize, then maybe some of those visitors aren't just comets or debris. Maybe some are something else, something observing, something mapping, something cataloging. And if that's true, then the Pentagon's quiet release makes perfect sense. They aren't unveiling alien videos. They're preparing the world for a new reality. The universe is not silent. The universe is not empty. The universe is not blind. It's watching us through comets, through probes, through technology we don't understand. Maybe 3i Atlas isn't alone. Maybe these UFOs aren't anomalies. Maybe they're all part of the same story. A story humanity is just now beginning to read. The comet shows us alien chemistry. The Pentagon shows us alien motion. Together, they paint a picture that is impossible to ignore. We're not just observing the cosmos anymore. The cosmos might be observing us. And the biggest question isn't what 3i Atlas is, or what the UFOs are, but why they appeared at the same moment. Because timing like this, that's not coincidence. That's a message, and the world is finally paying attention.